not adjust your television, laptop, there's actually sunlight on me. Woo! The longest podcast intro music ever, ladies and gentlemen. You know you love it. Listen to it at the grave. Stop the beat. What's up, everybody? It is Sunday, but it is not 10 o'clock-ish. It's actually 5:53 p.m. And you are, of course, on the AphroditesCrush YouTube channel. And, of course, this is the CrushCast. I, of course, am AphroditesCrush, along with, as always, with...
I'm Ian. And with us, we have my buddy Nate. He hasn't been on your show yet, but he's been on the TNT show a bunch of times.
Whoa, I've been on here.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm hurt.
He's been
deep.
Yeah, he's been on the channel, not a lot, but he's been on here a couple times.
Well, no, I mean, he's been on the TNT show, but you've only been doing this for what, like a month or something? This your show, Doug.
Oh yeah, as far as CrushCast goes, yeah, it's
Yeah.
this might be your first CrushCast.
Yeah.
So welcome to the PG show.
Oh, it's PG.
Yeah, I
And
try
also
to
we
keep
have
it
his
PG on here.
girlfriend Misty too.
Okay.
Everybody say hello to not only cameraless Nate, but cameraless Misty.
Hey.
Yeah. They're all voices in our heads.
So how's everybody doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
You stole my bit.
I did.
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna sue me now, aren't you?
No, my lawyer's gonna sue you. There's
Oh.
a difference.
Oh.
No beef between us. You can hate my lawyer all you want. That's what he's paid for.
He has a point, Ian. He has a point.
I wonder if people still like stay friends throughout a lawsuit.
I would hope so. Like, I'd be like, man, it was $11 million, but like, no beef, man. It's just I gotta pay bills. You know, like, it's cool. I wrote it off on my taxes.
Well, I suppose you could sort of like be like suing like a company you own or something on the side, but not them personally. Or
Right.
like separate issues or something. I don't know.
And be like, dude, I sued you for $11 million, so your stock's gonna drop. So then when that happens, you buy into your company stock, and then you make a bunch of money when the stock price recovers from the lawsuit. It'll be great. You retire earlier.
Yeah.
Insider trading.
Speaking of hopefully retiring early. So, before we get started today on today's show, and of course, if you read the description of the video, then you kind of know what we're going to get into today. To start off, I am, of course, an affiliate of the Iron Addicts Nation. If you pick up anything on IronAddictsNation.com or IronAddictsBrand.com, sorry, if you use my promo code N10DouglasR, that's N number 10 Douglas R, you'll get 10% off your order, and you'll let them know that I sent you. So I'm going to go there, pick up some supplements, pick up some of that Sidewall Cracker pre-workout, some of that Goliath branch chain amino acid mixture that I got here, some I Command You to Grow protein, and maybe, shirt shaker, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let them know I sent you using the promo code, and of course, I get a little bit of bump back for that. So
All I heard is Drug Addict Nation.
Iron Addict Nation. And if this wasn't a PG show, I tell you, it's still your mother set.
Do they sell senza beans?
Yeah.
Damn close. Damn
but that
close.
There's really built guy on YouTube that does. He's a competitive eater. He has a protein line, I think, called Goku Gains. Goku's a Super Saiyan on his shirt, which I don't know how he does not get into like any kind of copyright violations with that.
Who knows?
So you say you can
Fletcher's
go
like
Super
the
Saiyan with
Superman, so.
these supplements?
Yeah.
You're saying you can go Super Saiyan with these supplements?
Oh, I went Super Saiyan last night. Yesterday, it was Guido Pump Day, so we just did straight arms after my cardio. I hit up with some sidewall cracker and sleep buster. Went a straight 20 minutes, hit a PR on my distance. Went about 5 miles in 20 minutes, which for someone of my size is actually pretty damn good. And then just proceeded to crush, and I mean freaking like crush some curls, some push downs, and just went ham, straight ham.
What are you benching, Doug?
Well, I haven't done too much in the bench realm because I jacked up my shoulder a couple months ago. However, on a butterfly, I can max out at 290 on the butterfly. So
nice.
Getting them gains, as the Hodge twins would say, making all kinds of gains. And
you think you could like bench like 300 or something? If
I'm thinking my bench right now is probably going to be around. If I went for 1 rep max, I could probably do around 200, maybe 220. If I was really going for just 1 rep max and just lock out and drop down, I could probably do 200 if I tried, which is still not where I need to be because you want your bench to be around your actual body weight. So
that's not your body weight, right?
Oh no, I'm sitting at 350 right now. I'm trying to cut down to under 300. So even though I'm pushing some heavy weights currently, I'm doing more cardio first. That way I'm not building as much muscle on the back end of my workouts. So.
Well, how tall are you?
5'11".
Oh, that's not too bad then.
Yeah, everybody keeps telling me I carry my weight really well, and I'm like, I'm a wide dude. It's nice to know that some people think I weigh under 300 pounds, but it's just I'd like to be a lot smaller than I am, and I'm working towards that goal. So, and of course, if anybody out there wants to kind of go along with the program that I'm doing and whatnot, I have a body space at AphroditesCrush, and of course my Instagram where I do take some of my progress pics at AphroditesCrush as well. So.
And for some reason, I always pictured you like a short guy or something. I don't know.
See,
to me, 5'11" is short.
No.
I see. I'm sorry.
I think people have been getting taller and taller and taller. So 5'11" used to be tall, really tall, and then at one point 5 foot was super tall, and in King Tutankhamun's days, 3 foot was tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like dudes get taller and women get bigger chests, man. It's like something in the milk.
Tell you what. But it was just nuts, man. The more and more I work out, I try not to work stomach as much. My abs seem to pop more. And I'm only doing abs once a week. It's
I push-ups or sit-ups until you puke, don't you?
No, I only in general for someone of my size, and I'll have to adjust here real quick. That way, the sun doesn't attempt to kill me here.
You're
but in general,
lightsaber.
Vroom. But in general, when you talk about someone of my size, you kind of see how they will do a lot of cardio, and that'll kind of pare down their physique a little bit. Damn, there we go. Much better, somewhat. There you go. But for me, weirdly enough, like I can do, a half hour to an hour of just straight cardio and just still get jacked. I mean, for someone of my weight, I'm more cut than I probably should be, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I'm 350 and I actually have a little bit of a V taper now. And seeing more of the stomach kind of drop down a little bit. I'm seeing like top abs. It's some weird stuff. Weird stuff, I'll tell you.
Well, all I know is we need to do like another round of some trivia, man, so I can take that belt away from you.
These belts are retired, my friend.
Oh, come on, man.
Which, by the way, speaking of titles, Manchester United Football Club, baby. It's right there. It's where it's at. It's where it always will be. EPL for life. So
that's cool. Man. So you want to get into like what you've been up to, man, and whatever.
Well, one thing I did want to touch on real quick, and of course, we didn't do a show last week, so I didn't get really much of a chance to talk about it, was not this past week, but the week before. Since we're talking about bodybuilding, the bodybuilding world got hit pretty hard. On, I think it was Tuesday of last week, Dallas McCarver, who was prepping for a fantastic showing at the Olympia this year, actually choked and died. And then on Friday, as most of the bodybuilding fans out there know, Rich Piana. For some reason I was thinking Jay Cutler. But Rich Piana was in a medically induced coma, and he passed away last week. So I hadn't really ever met Dallas McCarver, but I knew who Rich Piana was most definitely. I put up a post on my Facebook about it, my personal Facebook, and like I know you guys aren't really into it that much, but I wanted to touch base with everyone real quick and just say that a lot of what I do on this channel, and as far as my personal life, when it comes to my bodybuilding and me attempting to get in shape, for a lot of reasons was kind of boost kicked by Rich Piana. There was a couple of years ago, like I was just feeling really down. I was gaining weight, just feeling like extremely terrible about myself. And I just happened upon Rich Piana's video. I don't even remember what the overall thing was, but the thing I took away was like personal responsibility and putting yourself into a position to be successful. And that 5% mentality, which Rich always said was only 5% of people will actually attempt to reach their goals and their aspirations in their life. And that's something that really boosted me to attempt more as far as getting my name out there and actually pushing to be more of an advocate for bigger people like myself to get in shape and to know that you can have a little bit of success as far as even as small as body transformation or losing weight, because for a lot of us, that's the first and the largest step. So, of course, I mean, she'll never see it, of course, but, everyone from here, putting out there to Chanel and also to Sarah, our condolences go out to them and to Rich's family, because Rich helped out a hell of a lot of people. And if any of you out there were ever at an Arnold or an LA Fit Expo or Europa Expo, the line to meet Rich was 4, 5, 6 hours long. And this guy stood there for 4, 5, 6 hours just talking to people and just getting to know them. Like, I never met him personally, but you just knew every person in that line was going to get to have some sort of an interaction with Rich that they would remember for a long time. And knowing no matter what comes out about his death, because he did steroids. He never made it a secret that he did steroids, but he always put out there that, everything you do is a personal choice. Everything you do is your responsibility. Your success and your failure is all based in the mirror. And that's something that I've always kind of, sat back on and always, in a down moment said, you know what? You can sit here and whine, you can stand up and roll. So, RIP to Rich and also to Dallas, even though, like I said, I don't know very much about Dallas. But it's a sad week last week, but that type of stuff just pushes you to be even better, to make those people who inspired you proud that they inspired you. So I'm going to put that out there. And on that, drink some branched-chain amino acids.
So what have you been up to this Saturday, Nate?
Let's see. This Saturday, it was nice. We got some time to ourselves. We got to go a couple places, and we got to hang out with some good friends.
That's cool.
There are some weekends that just doing that and hanging out with friends is better than anything else. So.
Oh, they'll fall again. Did you hear about that, Nate? Doug on our show, he straight fell back in his chair. It was like the most hilarious thing ever, man.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't gone viral.
Wait, I'm thinking of Friday. Okay, Saturday we went to Warhammer 40K Apocalypse game, and it was a lot of fun until like turn 2, and the guy I was playing against, I caught him cheating, and I'm just like, I don't want to play with him.
That sucks, man.
But I still had fun because Misty learned how to play a little bit, and I'm hoping she had fun. She's nodding her head.
Nodding her head. Which way?
Like agreement or disagreement?
Insert $5 now to find out which way. Insert corporate sponsorship here, and you will find out. Anyway, it was fun, and I get to talk to some people. I don't know, like, I ended up scooping from the game, and I don't know if that made me a bad person or whatnot. Just if you've ever played with somebody who cheats, it stinks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially if you're trying to teach someone how to play. I mean,
and they got to cheat.
Someone new, and then you have some jackass cheating. No, how are you supposed to grow the game that way?
Right.
Well, the thing was he was the one teaching us how to play. I don't like what. But forgiveness. My forgiveness goes out to him, and I'm talking about it now. To let it out. But and I'll play him again, and if he cheats again, then I'll just I'll forgive him again.
Right. Oh, at least you know that you're a bigger person,
Sometimes I'm a bigger person, other times not so much,
And
little moments in life.
Well, it's just like it makes you feel better in a way when you know that you're, you don't make too big of a deal out of it. You just let him, you're just polite and you just let him think he's doing okay, I guess,
Oh, instead of calling him out on it, like.
Yeah, just like being a bigger person, being the bigger man, it makes you feel better about yourself, especially if you're feeling down or something,
Yeah, I just like there are moments when I look back on like earlier me, and I think it's like I've definitely grown, but I've got a long ways to go.
Well,
and I think we can say that of all of us.
Yeah, well, all life is a work in progress, right, Doug?
Yep.
Doug, do you get into any of the board games and stuff, or like the LARPing and shit?
I used to when I was younger. I'm just not too much into that anymore. I'm just more into like my tech and my sports stuff, and I've somewhat just turned into like your average everyday bro in a lot of respects, which is like almost completely a 180 from what I was when I was younger.
Right.
When I was younger, I had no interest in any sport at all. I played Magic the Gathering religiously. I probably in my lifetime, I probably dropped a couple $1,000 just on cards.
Dang, what do you do with all your cards?
Well, there was a time frame where like in the early 2000s, I quit Magic, and then I started other games, and then I went back to Magic, and then I started other games. So over time, giving away cards to friends and selling cards to people I knew, stuff like that. Hey, it's Ben.
Gentlemen.
Benjamin. Ladies and gentlemen, returning from exile.
Oh, careful, folks. Enjoy me before he cuts my mic again. Mr. Bill O'Reilly.
Returning from the mute button.
Mr. Bill
Oh,
O'Reilly.
yeah, that's right. Nate doesn't know about that yet.
There's a mute button?
Well, I think I told you about. I might have told you about it. It was about the.
You did not tell me about the mute button. Like, have I been muted before?
No.
Of course not. That would never happen.
I think Ben, as far as even in going back to the original incarnation of the CrushCast, Ben is the only person who's ever been muted in the history of the CrushCast. So, today, as a symbolic gesture, Ben, we are proud to induct you into the AphroditesCrush CrushCast Hall of Mute.
I should just say something that would get you demonetized instantaneously or something like that. But I feel like being nice today. So
we were just talking about being the bigger person.
Yeah. Well, basically, the gist of it, they had a argument about that Ghostbusters movie, and so I'll say.
What?
Previously on the CrushCast. No, kidding.
Previously, Doug had opinions, of things he hasn't seen. He decided he was right, and then decided that he was just going to void over me like Bill O'Reilly. So. And my cat says, whatever.
Your cat's like, dude, why aren't you feeding me?
No, I already fed her, thank you very much, because I'm a responsible pet owner.
So, but we were talking about like
having their own box in the chat group.
Yeah, you should have your own hangouts for the cat.
I think that would be awesome.
Live cats.
But it's not Catterday now, so although it is Catterday somewhere.
Right.
I'm gonna need you to come in on Catterday.
Not Catterday. It plans for Catterday.
Or am I gonna have to kick you out again?
But what I was telling you before, Ian, was these days I don't play any like tabletop games anymore. I don't do Magic anymore. I'm retired, and now
these days he only plays mind games.
And with that,
like when you do a company and stuff, do you just watch like videos and stuff and just talk and shit?
Yeah. I run my mouth, I game a little bit, but it's mostly sports games. I watch a lot of sports, and I lift. Which, this is not paid promotion, by the way. However, I'll bring up, again, the Swoley Bible.
Oh, boy. Swoley Bible. You've seen everything now, haven't you, Nate?
Not everything.
Oh, there's one more thing you did see.
So, you actually joined us at a pretty good time, Ben. The main topic today is actually going to be, in general, paid mods and a little bit more closely how Bethesda seems grossly intent on spitting in our face as consumers and also programmers as modders. I did link the original video that just came out from Jim Sterling in the description of the video. So if you guys are watching live, you can go to the info and see that. And if you're watching this after the fact, it of course should be in the description box. But this past week, Bethesda rolled out their Creation Club and basically did that in front of us. Just burped out this not well put together, badly skinned, badly programmed, essentially paid mods that they're calling mini DLCs. Now, my particular opinion on that is that's crap. I believe there was a skin for a Pit Boy that ran you like $5, which is insulting, especially when you have modders who, for pretty much their own sake and their own type of self-promotion, put together some fantastic mods for these games. And I'm not just talking about Fallout, and that's the Creation Club Fallout that came out this past week.
I've seen some really cool ones, like that they totally changed the game. Like someone wanted to make their Skyrim game like hard, like Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
So they did like 20 different mods. One of them was like the real version of Spider. So you have 10 seconds to apply antidote after getting bit by a spider, and you insta-die. Someone did a mod where you had a different start, where it basically voided the entire initial sequence, and you picked where in the game you'd start and have a unique spawning point, and then you'd have like a unique storyline. There's one where it added in temperature, and there's one, it was called Magic Duels, which got taken down because it uses the script extender. But that one was like you cast lightning, and then another person cast lightning, and then you beat like a spell warp in between the two of you. And now everybody uses the script extender. And then one of my favorites was it's the real person carrying capacity mod, where it does. So you know how it's like, well, how is someone supposed to carry like 1,000 pounds realistically? So you have to craft like these pouches, and you can put them on your person. So you see all the stuff that you're wearing on your person. So after you have like 500 pounds of stuff, like you see it all on the person's like 3-dimensional body, and that's just hilarious in my personal opinion. Not just a skin or like some one object thing, like ones that have like animations, change the gameplay, like, and those are the quality mods, I think. But
and that's the type of thing I was railing for, because we talked about this on the TNT show on Friday night, was that these modders are putting out fantastic content that they're essentially doing for free for their own enjoyment. And Bethesda just lays out this burrito filled with gorilla crap. Oh,
I forgot one. The 2-player mod on Skyrim. So it makes your follower second player.
And these are things that a standard gamer would love to have. If Bethesda would actually contract some of these people and say, okay, we will adopt this and we'll give you, even if it's a flat rate, even if it's a cheap ass flat rate, that'd be fantastic.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, we don't like this, how much is the creator actually getting in the Creation Club?
Well, that's just it. The Creation Club is Bethesda. It's Bethesda making the mods for the games.
So it's not some Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's mod. It's Bethesda's mod.
So they're not taking user-submitted mods. They're just being like,
We want in, and we want to charge you.
into the modding scene, but we want to. Why not just have that be a DLC and put it all together?
Oh, but they're calling them mini DLCs.
So mini microtransactions is what they want.
Yep.
Well,
But that's what DLC is. It's a microtransaction.
I mean, you can buy skins for games and stuff. I
Right.
mean, how is this so heresy? I mean, if you
Well,
don't
okay.
like it, don't buy it.
DLC. That is a thing, and I get that. It just a lot of people get upset about DLC. They're like, I just paid $60 for this game, and then you come out with content, and then you want me to pay more money, and then so I pay out more money, and then later I released a Game of the Year edition where all that DLC I paid for, and it's a slap in the face. Like, it reminds me of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, because they had like 20 characters. Previous game had 50, and then they came out with. They might have had more than that. I'm just spitting a number out. They had each character be $5 a piece for DLC, and then it was like 3 months later. They're like, okay, we're scrapping this game. We're coming out with a new version of this game that is all the same characters minus the DLC ones. They're banned from now on, and we're adding in more characters. And I'm like, could you have done that in the first place and not done it like 2 or 3 months after you came out with a game and that I just paid $60 for?
All right,
it's about the amount of money that they're trying to take from the person. And there's some hardcore fans that are like, I'll pay for whatever thing they have. It's about raking in as much money as they possibly can.
Yeah. So here's what I have. I actually pulled this up on my phone. This is from Bethesda's website, creationclub.bethesda.net. What types of content will be included in Creation Club? Will feature a wide variety of content, including but not limited to weapons, apparel, world, characters, creatures, and gameplay. Okay. Now, according to this, you can actually be a professional developer, artist, or modder. You can apply to be a creator. Be ready to share work you've already done as part of your application. I have not heard of anybody giving their content to Bethesda and actually it, being correctly applied in these games as of yet.
Oh, so they're taking the three, like someone's submitting their 3D models as like thing, and then like, cool, we own this now, and then they're using it in their game and they're patching it.
Well, that's the thing is like the skins that they released. If that actually came from an outside modder, they should be 100% ashamed to do that, because what they were offering in the Creation Club store and a direct mod from somebody, an outside modder who could have applied to be a member of the Creation Club, looked better than the one that was provided. And I'm not talking, the textures look a bit better. No, the actual item that was in the Jim Sterling video was noticeably better.
Oh, I've seen that, because my friend bought, this is back in the day when Skyrim was, he bought a GTX 760.
Mm-hmm.
He spent a good deal of money, and that was like one of the top graphics cards, minus the the $3,000 graphics cards at the time. But he spent like $500 or $600, which is, if you look at now, it would be a joke. But I remember like the textures I did the high-res textures for some of the modded towns where they redid everything.
Yeah.
And it lagged the game down to like 10 frames. And it was able to play that game at like 120.
Yeah. So here's a little bit more from the page. Our creators pay for their work. Yes. Just like our own game developers, creators are paid for their work and start receiving payment as soon as their proposal is accepted and through development milestones. Now, this is the last question on the page, at the bottom of the page.
Can you link to that, by the way, on there?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll pop a link in chat, and I'll also go ahead and side link this in the description of the video as well.
I mean, because I'm sure Ben would like take it, look at it,
Yeah.
so he's like,
I'll
knows what the fuck's going
I'll
on.
bring it up here real quick. I'm bringing it up for you.
dead air.
Da-da-da.
Dead air, dead air, dead
Dead
air,
air,
dead air,
dead
dead
air,
air,
dead
dead
air,
air.
dead air, dead air, dead air.
So Ben, how was date night?
It was good. Spend time with my lady. How's things going with you guys?
Going okay. Yeah, we have Nate's girlfriend Misty on too. Say hi, Misty.
Hi.
Hello.
She's another voice in your head that you can't see.
All right, so I got that in the chat, and I'm also putting it in the. There we go. It's also in the description as well. So, is Creation Club paid mods? Now, listen to the fine print. No, mods will remain a free and open system where anyone can create and share what they like. Also, we won't allow any existing mods to be retrofitted into Creation Club. It must all be original content. Most of the Creation Club content is created internally, some with external partners who have worked on our games, and some by external creators. All the content is approved, curated, and taken through the full internal dev cycle, including localization, polishing, and testing. This also guarantees that all content works together. We've looked at many ways to do quote-unquote paid mods, and the problems outweigh the benefits. We've encountered many of these issues before, but there's a constant demand from our fans to add more official, high-quality content to our games, and while we are able to create a lot of it, we think many in our community have the talent to work directly with us and create some amazing new things. So there's a contradiction there. Well, you can apply to be a member of the Creation Club. And if you're approved, fantastic, and we'll pay you for it. But most of everything that we're going to put in Creation Club is created by Bethesda, and, screw you, obviously.
Well, so what they're saying, if you guys have done modding on the computer, there are some, when you put something into the game, sometimes you're like, well, it's in a designated area, and, well, if there's two mods that conflict with each other, then you can't have those two mods. I've had that, because I put, 50 mods on, and I'm like, well, oh, shoot, they don't work together. I gotta find which mod doesn't work with this one, and it's them working out incompatibilities.
New content will appear.
But but at the same time, I still disapprove because they're not.
It seems disingenuous,
Yes.
It's like, well, you can be a part of Creation Club, but you're gonna be probably gonna be 10% of the actual overall. And the sad part about it is, and this is also something that I mentioned on Friday night, is that when you have these games that are being released as total trash to the PC, as like Batman Arkham Knight, and
you didn't like that game, man?
You don't know. Oh, the game. I know one person with a game of that works. One person.
Well, I was watching. I watched the Let's Play of it, and it looked pretty good.
Oh, it does. It does look good.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. But the port that went to the PC was absolute garbage.
Yeah, like you go to it'd be like, imagine you go to Batarang something, and then it sticks into the person, or it glitches out, or you go to grapple onto something and it doesn't grapple, and you're like, well, that's game breaking. It'd be like having a game breaking glitch, or that was Twilight Princess had that thing where if you did it, it could actually break your game system. Wait, no, that was another one. Like, it broke your save file. So you had to complete certain things in a certain order, and they warned you, but like, man, like.
Well, did you see the what was it, like that? The Batgirl extension to that or something? Was that any good?
I did not see that. But,
here's something for you to watch on your spare time as well. This is Angry Joe. When after he purchased Batman Arkham Knight, and he purchased it on PC, and just the absolute and total rage because the game just doesn't work. It didn't work as released. It was basically shot out of a cannon to basically brick every time you booted it up. So Angry Joe was like, you know what? Here, let's put it up there. And he's like, I swear, if this thing crashes on me one more time, I'm going into angry rant mode. And then all of a sudden, bloop, it crashed. He's like, duh! It's like,
honestly, with the DLC club, I wish they. Do you guys know anything about Team Fortress?
yes.
You know how they have the people, they do the skins and stuff, and I'm not talking skins, but like, they do the skins and then they sell those crates or whatever, and basically they have upvotes for the ones that they like, and then they get inducted into the DLC, and then they get paid.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a much cleaner way to do it. That way it'd be like,
oh yeah,
this mod works great, awesome. Give it a bunch of upvotes. After it has so many upvotes, then it could be like, it can go into DLC, and then we'll fix any hiccups are in it, and then, bam, it's in our DLC pack, and then you buy the DLC pack at the end of the year or something. And then you get a bunch of content, and, you know, then all of it works together. And that'd be so much cleaner. And even if they were like, if they wanted to be greedy and be like 50%, like, still 50% is a good amount to get.
And then that would be a fantastic way to go about it too. You know, it's just that Bethesda, when they rolled it out of the E3, it got a really bad reception, and then they were like, "Oh, we'll do this and we'll adjust a little bit," and it's even worse in practice. You know, it's really sad that the people you're paying, that you have on your payroll, number one, can't get the game to work 100%, that you're testing, you know, your supposed QC before it even hits the market, can't do the right thing. Number two, your DLC, which you're obviously working on and trying to pump out to your games, is forefront of your mind, because not only do you want to get the $60 out of our pocket, now you want to talk about taking a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, and then this is like the second round of that, because it is paid mods, it's downloadable content that you've already admitted is mini DLCs, and it's also microtransactions to even bleed even more out of us. It's just Bethesda just doesn't seem to care. Is really the big thing, Ben? Is that they're just trying to just nibble away, and it's like the mouse trying to eat off a block of cheese, you know?
Right.
Personally, what Bethesda has needed to do for a long time, and they might do it in the near future, but it will break a lot of things, is their current game engine. It's really easy to mod for. However, their engine is outdated, and if they go up to the next engine, all the mods from the previous generation will not work.
Yep.
But I think they need to like slowly do it, and if they were to have official mods and they were to convert the assets for the best ones, then I think people would gripe a lot less, and then they'd be like, cool, I'm gonna have the newest engine where everything works great, things don't lag, and then you also have the mods that everybody liked, not just the mods that were like, oh, that's okay. You got a Pip-Boy, or you got a this or that. And I get they have lawyer things where they can't have some mods because they don't want to get sued.
I think anybody can understand that, to a certain extent. I mean, nobody wants to get sued for a freaking mod, but it seems just disingenuous to the customer to, talk about quality and talk about how good the game is and the changes that they can make when they completely ignore that and just, we'll just fish on a couple things here and there, and they'll never notice.
Well, what was Frank saying? Because I know he was sort of defending it because he's definitely pro Bethesda.
No, that's just it. I like Bethesda. I do. I like their games.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a better way of doing this.
Well, I think the way he was defending it was for console players. And of course, console players don't have a lot of access to this type of mods, specifically because most console players don't even think about mods, and they just see it as standard DLC. Now, it's that kind of mentality of, what they don't know won't hurt us. Because when you really stop to think about it, how many of your hardcore console players pay attention to a PC release? You know what I mean?
Right.
So you can't hate on what you don't know about, I mean, console players for Batman Arkham Knight had no problem with the game because the development was strictly for that, and then Batman Arkham Knight was outsourced to another company to be redeveloped for PC. And Bethesda, it kind of seems like they're just pointing this towards the console player instead of paying the attention to where the mods as a start came from was the PC. It's that type of quality bleed that will eventually affect everyone in the long run.
I will say this, and it's harder to develop for 3 consoles because they're all running different hardware.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it the PlayStation is the only console that, I forget the titles, but wasn't there a few games that you could literally take a thumb drive with models and shit on it and be able to put that mod straight in the game? I think the Unreal Tournament could do that.
Unreal Tournament, yes.
And there was a couple other games, I think. Do you know, Doug?
I didn't pay too much attention to a lot of those, so I don't know offhand.
There's some baseball games where you can take MP3 files and you can put them in there. But Unreal Tournament was the only one that I know of that was 3D models.
Yeah. See, I'm mainly interested in being able to put 3D, make my own maps or something in GTA,
Because here's the ideal scenario. Could you imagine a modder gets a DLC thing and then they're like, cool, I know how to develop for games, but I did a little thing because I don't have the budget for a mainstream video game.
Yeah, that's what everybody's.
And then they're like, I have enough money for what's it called from the DLC, and now I can make a new IP. And you know what? Bethesda did me okay. Maybe I'll go and knock on Bethesda's door and see if they want to endorse it. It could really help them,
But the thing is that I don't when people are because I think all games they should let you be able to, they should be a little bit more relaxed on the mods and stuff. And then people say, oh yeah, if you want to be able to do that stuff, just make your own game. And it's that's just telling somebody to climb a mountain,
Right. It's a mountain.
I mean, you don't have the money, or most people don't have the money or resources to make their whole game from scratch.
Yeah, because you have to develop a whole game engine, or you have to develop for Unreal. And the thing with a lot of those game engines is it doesn't have everything you need in it.
Right.
Whereas they're here's everything you need because we developed it from scratch.
And you can't always go work for the game company because most of the time that would require you to go out of state or something, because I know there's nothing here in Ohio.
Right.
And Yeah, and because of the economy, I think there's like it's like winning the lottery to get that kind of job,
It
isn't
is
it?
winning the lottery.
Yeah. But you kind of see the point there, Ben, about like why this is actually turning into such a big deal as it is.
Still there, Ben?
Oh, am I still here? Well, it sounds like it's a lot of, theoretical stuff, and it's like, well, they just rolled it out. Who's to say that they can't evolve the program?
They
Well-
need to alter the program. That's kind of what we're saying. I mean,
That's what we're saying. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure once they roll it out and they're not seeing much positive results from it, they're either going to just scrap it all together, right? Or that might change it.
It just they've had like 5 different models of paid DLC that have come out for computer, and they're like, well, with all the data collected from all those, this is what you came out with.
Yeah.
This is where we're at.
it's like bare minimum. And in the long run, bare minimum is not going to cut it at all.
Yeah. Yep. I understand though, Ben, you probably don't play too many games that you're even able to put mods on, do you?
No, I've played Minecraft for a long time, and that had a huge modding scene. It's
yeah.
still a big thing.
Yeah, definitely Minecraft.
I mean,
Well, what are you playing right now?
I haven't been playing much of anything right now. I've been mostly trying to work on stuff, trying to code and build things, HTML5 and JavaScript and whatnot, different stuff.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Play
Well,
some
yeah,
Legos, huh? Those virtual Legos.
uh-huh. Anyway,
Think I forgot about that? It's Legos. You know damn well it's Legos. If you want Legos, go buy a freaking pack of Legos from your local Walmart. Go buy some Mega Blocks.
Legos has a game that looks a lot like Minecraft now, because even they've accepted, hey, this looks pretty popular and people are making money with it, so...
I will quote. What's that word? I will side quote. Mindless self-indulgence. You tell me that a million screaming people are never wrong. I'm here to tell you that a million screaming people are always wrong.
By the way, Nate, Ben did some freelance work for a client recently.
He did.
Yes, some kind of company or something.
How did that go?
That was a guy, he needed somebody to do some cleanup and color for a scene he animated, so I did some work on that, and then did a round of notes where he wanted me to adjust some stuff, and I fixed that up.
Ooh.
Yeah, went pretty good. No idea if I'll see any more work from him or not, but, it was a thing.
Did it pay good?
He gave me a bit bonus compared to, what he was offering at the time, which, I want that just because I wanted to, want to get the gig. So, pretty good.
What kind of channels did you go through to be able to get the job? Like, did you go on some kind of website that does like freelance gigs and shit?
No, he's a guy I know on Twitter. I know him from different things, so posted that he was looking for somebody to do some work for him, and I sent him. I replied to him, and then he asked if I had a reel to show him what stuff I've done, so I did.
What do you think about those sites that do that type of stuff? Because I heard some people have had varied success with freelance sites.
It depends on which site you're talking about, like Upvote versus something like, that 99 Designs, where it's, oh, we're gonna have contests, and then the winner gets the job.
What?
Uh,
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
A lot of people I know that are looking for like 3D modeling and animation and all that, they're worried about it's like, so if you design this 3D model for this product I want, they're worried that the original creator is going to go sell it somewhere else. Because
yeah.
mm-hmm.
So they generally want to know the person in order to contact them. Because, like, could you
Well,
imagine,
it's a matter of what you can contract when you do a gig. You can sign a contract and say, you know, when I hire you for this, you give me, you know, exclusive ownership of the thing. You're not going to go and resell this to all my competitors.
Right.
But I mean, if you're doing a 3D model of a thing, you know, it should be unique enough anyway. Like, if you're seeking somebody out, otherwise, why not just go for stock stuff? You know.
Well, I wonder if they get a lot of that kind of work or any of it really on that. What's that one site where you could pay people for random things, do random things for you?
CG Trader?
Fiverr. Yeah.
I've seen people try to 3D model through Fiverr, but like a lot of times like they'll just resell the same model.
Right.
Well, yeah, because the idea of the Fiverr model is, you know, you do something that can take you the amount of time that's worth $5 at the minimum, or you upsell them to do something decent. So, I mean, nobody's gonna make a living doing $5 gigs.
Right.
So.
Well, it's just like trying to make a living with animation on YouTube.
Oh, a lot of anything on YouTube is having all kinds of trouble lately, so.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the big tech channels, you know, like Jay's 2 Cents and Linus Tech Tips and stuff, they're a lot of them are like headed to Twitch and stuff, you know, like I don't think Linus so much, but no, Barncleave does. But did you have anything else, Doug? Like any other topics?
No, that was really the big topic for today. It was just basically that. Little bit of breaking news. Sci-Fi cancels Dark Matter. There you go. There's your breaking news.
What was Dark Matter?
It was the series that went for 3 seasons on Sci-Fi. So kind of horror based.
Always canceling decent shows.
They better not cancel Blood Drive. I want a season 2 very badly right now.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that. Yeah, explain to him what's the premise of that show again. That's like
Blood Drive?
Blood is fuel or something?
In the futuristic world of 1999, fracking has caused a massive earthquake in the Scar to crack open the United States, pretty much straight down the Mississippi River line. Oil is at $2,000 a gallon. And then, out of nowhere, a race with a prize of $10 million using cars that run on human blood. Blood Drive.
So you get to win like 5 gallons of gas, though.
So yeah, series is good. It's basically grindhouse based. So almost every single episode is individually based off of a grindhouse or exploitation style of directing and humor and whatnot. So there is just a whole lot of fun in that show for people who love grindhouse movies and that pretty much everything from like the 60s up till the 90s. So
Grindhouse rules.
Hey, Ian,
always and forever.
Have you heard about the 3D printer that'll make a house for 10 grand?
I have not heard about that. Have you, Nick?
I have heard of the cement 3D printer, but the guy was asking a lot more for it, and he hadn't come up with a price yet. Did he finally come up with a price?
I dropped it in the chat for you.
Oh, okay.
I saw some people talking about it. Looks interesting.
Did you apologies.
It's that guy.
Oh, okay.
He came up with a price finally.
Ben, did you see that Wacom came out with the pro versions with the 32-inch model, which is crazy.
Definitely not playing somebody. Awesome.
Pro version of what now?
The Cintiq, they have a 32-inch model, and you said that their 24-inch was like huge already. That was pretty much the size of their desk. Now they're coming out with the 32-inch model of the Cintiq.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what kind of mobile solutions they have, other than this Mobile Studio Pro. I'd really like to see Apple roll something out to be in that space, so.
Right. Yeah, well, they have their pen is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at they had another version of I think it was like the Huion that they did a revision of it. It's like, I think it's like 5,000 or 6,000 pressure levels, which is pretty crazy.
The only thing I'm seeing about this is that there's no basement. That's like the one big drawback.
Yeah, where are you gonna put your murder room in, Doug?
Like seriously though, like especially for a lot of places that need that extra storage. I mean, you kind of need that, but
Well, have you ever seen the tiny house movement?
yeah, I've seen the tiny house movement. As much as I dig tiny houses, that's one of the largest issues I see with them is the lack of basement, especially in an area that might be devastated by a hurricane or tornado or earthquake. I mean, that sucker is built to last 175 years, but the minute anything above a 6.0 earthquake hits, game over.
I mean, when I saw it last night, a friend of mine was tweeting about how they would hope that tech like that could help, end shanty towns in the future, but it's like, still at that price, it's not going to solve the problem. And I'm like, well, really, a better solution would be something more, economically stabilizing, like how some dead malls are now turning into micro apartments. So
yeah, I saw a video on that. It was like there's one of is that like Baltimore or something like that. I think it was.
Yeah, the world's oldest mall in America.
Yeah. Now that's something that like was like really interesting. I like that a lot. But
well, it's like you've got all that real estate that's just sitting there with nobody using it because malls are going away. Which I don't know. I find it funny that which Night of the Living Dead movie was it that was set in a mall because it was all about the zombification of America, and then now malls are dying, so now the malls are zombies.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, so it's
well. I think the main thing is that your standard small town mall culture is gone. However, large city malls are still a thing, and I don't think they're going away. As much as everyone's like, "Oh, I can get this online," there's still an element of your retail sector that, and it's a survivable one too. That, like shopping centers for that general, I can go buy it today convenience and have it today. And there is like nothing in the world like Amazon could start delivering via drone tomorrow to everybody in America, and there would still be an issue because of you need brick and mortar stores. So,
it just one more way for people to not be social,
Anybody out there hearing that helicopter noise?
yeah. I was wondering who's doing that. Who's giving us the traffic report from Sky Chapter 6? Oh man. What's it? There's a pickup on I-80?
If anybody has anything close to a computer, please take it away from the freaking computer.
Turns out it's the telltale heart.
There we go. Tis better. Much
I think it was
better.
having. They put it on my server rack, so I think the headset. So I think it was having some kind of interference or something.
Damn it, Nate Dog.
He was supposed. Was he supposed to be like Superman? He knows like all the signals going on.
Totally gives me Joker. Where's the trigger?
Did you see Martha?
So Ben, you been watching anything good?
No.
And
I mean,
haven't seen any good movies.
Well, we
Theater.
on a date night. We've been watching Netflix. We started watching that David Attenborough series about Planet Earth, and we started watching the new MST3K. They finally got up to Star Crash last night when we were watching it. It's like not last night, the night before. I was like, yes, one of my favorite bad movies. It's such a weird film.
What about that Defenders? Are you interested in seeing that?
Not really. Man, I haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so...
Not a big Marvel guy, huh?
I like the Marvel movies, but TV, that's an investment.
Well, you don't really need to watch. You don't really need to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to get the Defenders. You do, however, have to watch Jessica Jones, both seasons of Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. So
No, that's okay. I have this thing called a life.
I got a life too, but like I burned through Luke Cage like that. I love that series. Love that series.
Yeah, but you haven't watched Jessica Jones though, have you?
I started on Jessica Jones. I gotta restart it though.
And the Daredevil and the Iron Fist.
Daredevil isn't too bad so far. I haven't gotten a lot through that. So I'm probably going to restart it back from the beginning and actually do them in order. Jessica Jones, then Daredevil, then Luke Cage, second season Daredevil, then Iron Fist, and then Defenders. So
Yeah, they need to put that Bullseye in that show, man. I like that character for Daredevil.
Gonna have Colin Farrell return for it.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's about it.
Okay.
That's a successful day show right there. If I ever did see one.
Anybody got anything to plug?
Anybody? Guys?
No,
Come in. Check out your...
Tumblr.
Should we check out your Tumblr, Ben?
I haven't put anything.
I haven't done that in a while. Tumblr. Check out your Tumblr, Ben.
Check out my Tumblr. Check out my Tumblr. Remix.
I don't know. What's Doug been doing? It's his show. What's he up to now?
Well, I already plugged my Iron Addicts Nation affiliate up at the beginning of the show. Of course, again, if you want to get 10% off your order, go to Iron Addicts. Excuse me. Go to IronAddictsBrand.com and use my promo code N10DouglasR. That's N number 10 Douglas R for 10% off your order. Let them know that I sent you, ladies and gentlemen. Good tasting, good working products. Probably some of the best supplements I've ever used in my life. So, proud affiliate.
Right.
He said he's been curling pizza. I mean weights.
You don't get arms like these curling pizza, my man. Oh man, hit you with a 3-pointer. Bam! There you go.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah. Oh, you should have seen him and Frank at it Friday night with the DLC thing.
And I'm back.
On that mercenary note, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. It might be 10-ish. It might be early-ish. but it's going to be a time.
It's gonna be ish.
Some bat time, some bat channel.
So, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, of course, I'm an AphroditesCrush. Goodbye. And good night.
See you on the other side.
Oops.
Yeah. Shot a scissor.